So, as usual, starting with clean skin, moisturised, and going in with a prepping prime kind of face mist spray. That one's by Primark. It's really good. I'm also using it to spray the brow bombs. That will help activate the soap. And this is just a kind of soap gel to push through the eyebrows. I've been doing this a lot lately and I quite like it. Some days it can really give me a good fluffy brow. So I'm just pushing it through in all directions, make sure it's coated, and then I'm pressing it down to my skin. So then I'm going in with a face primer. This is by Bobbi Brown, Face Base I think it's called. And I probably used a little bit too much there. I didn't need to use that much, but this was all about kind of a natural glowy kind of skin routine. So I didn't want nothing too heavy. So yeah, this will help the foundation go on nicer. So now this is a Bobbi Brown eye cream. And obviously I'm going to use it under my eyes. And I like to put a little bit over my lips as well. Using my ring finger is also good in that eye area, so it's more sensitive. So going in with a NARS tinted moisturiser. I think this is shade St. Moritz. Yes, it is. And using my hands for it, using my fingers and really massaging it into the skin, massaging it into that face primer. This is a little bit dark for my skin, but I made it work anyway. And I wanted to look a bit more tanned because I'm due to do a fake tan. So I'm just kind of going over the eyes as well. I don't want to miss anywhere. Trying to avoid the lip. And going around the brows. I like doing tinted moisturiser with my fingers. It just makes it feel that little bit more natural as well. So using the excess on a sponge so it doesn't absorb too much from my face. So there's a little bit of foundation already on the sponge. And I'm just patting it into my skin everywhere. This way it'll take off the excess dewiness and leave pigment behind. Going in with my Urban Decay, the Lunar Stay Naked Concealer and 40NN. This is a lovely neutral tone. It's a lovely concealer. I really like the tip on this as well. I feel like I get under the brows like really well with it. And then I'm patting that in with a sponge. I don't know what I'm doing with my mouth there. I think I was eating. These sponges are from Beauty Bay and they're so soft and lovely. I don't even use it wet. So going in with a darker shade, that's a 60NN. Just using it to contour around the eye slightly. This is not as dark as I wanted, but I just went with it anyway because I'm going for a bronzy eye today. So going in with Charlotte Tilbury, this is a product, like a contour bronzing product. And sorry, I can't even see that shade to say it. And yeah, this, I don't like the packaging on this, but it is such a subtle contour. It's quite nice. You can't go too wrong with it. I know it looks quite scary and heavy at first, but once you put it on and start blending it out, it can go really sheer on the skin, which is really nice. And using cream kind of foundation-y kind of products will help look more natural as well. And it blends easier than powder, I think. Just going in with a sponge. I wanted to do effortless makeup today, not too many brushes and not too much faff. So I'm using the same sponge. But then now taking a brush to go around the eye area, kind of darken the eyes using these products so I won't have to use too much eyeshadow. So it's adding shape and definition without having to blend too many shadows today. So this is another Charlotte Tilbury product, a wand, and this one's a beautiful highlight. Is that Pillow Talk? I think so. So original one of these, this set. Used to come with a 2 set, but she's always listing things and then taking it off, so I don't know if she does it as a 2 set now. I'm just doing it in highlighting areas, but this is such a beautiful highlight. This would look lovely on a bride on the collarbone and such areas. So I'm patting it with finger and sponge. I feel it disperses really well with a finger. And I like to put some in the inner corner of my eyes. I just feel that it's just something I like, and not everyone does like that, or not everyone likes even a bit of shimmer on their eyes. And then under the brow bone as well. So going in with a NARS palette. So this has three. It's got a blusher, highlighter and a bronzer. Oh, I forgot to say, under the eyes I've put some powder. I don't know where the video clip of that's gone. Put the Huda Beauty Cupcake powder. That's because I'm doing the eyes after the foundation, and it's to help catch any fallout. So I've gone in with the bronzer shade of that palette and a fluffy brush, and I'm just going in the outer V area, over the eyelid, and then in the crease. Just building up that colour, and I'm literally only using that colour. I'm going for a bronzy eye look today, and bringing it under the eye too, with a smaller, more pencil brush. This is a Morph gel liner in coffee, so it's like a dark brown, and a thin eyeliner brush. Concentrate on the outer edge coming in, keeping it thin, and then winging it out slightly. Doesn't have to be too neat, because as you can see, I'm going along with the pencil brush anyway, and I'm buffing it out and blending it out. Kind of lifting this effect up rather than elongated like straight. It's gone up towards the end of the brow. Kind of would lift the eye rather than drag it out. Again, that depends on personal preference and eye shapes. So using a disposable eyeliner brush, I've got the same product on the brush, and I'm going in my waterline. I do like to wear eyeliner day to day. I feel I've got quite wide eyes, so I feel weird if I don't. I'm also doing it so it hits the top as well, so the under top line. So going back in with that bronzer, I'm just going over the areas and buffing the outer edge out a little bit more. So these are wispy lashes from Ardell, and I've cut them off slightly. I cut about 3 or 4 clusters because I like them concentrating more on the outer edge. It'll also give me that lift I wanted. So I've just used Kiss eyelash glue, which is not the best. I just kind of use it to my own personal use for when I don't mind eyelashes lasting too long, not lasting too long. And I'm using a tweezer and I'm pressing it down in that area, adjusting and going with what shape I want. So I'm using the excess part that I cut off in some glue, and I'm layering it up on the outer edge. Just placing it where I feel it looks good, and then adjusting again using the tweezers. I find using tweezers help get into smaller areas rather than my big chunky fingers. So I'll just keep playing with the lash and adjusting, make sure it's stuck on and looks correctly. So going in with the Benefit Brow Tint, going over my brows, kind of brushing it through any hair that picks it up, although it's quite flat from the soap. I like to put a bit of the colour, I really like that colour. So going in with another Benefit product, this is their roller eyeliner, but it's in the dark brown rather than their black. So I'm just going to imitate some hairs. Quite like this colour. It's not too dark. I'm just trying to fill in some gaps. Trying to give it a bit of shape, because I do lack shape on my outer arch. My eyebrows can be quite hard to do when I'm on a rush. Just wiping a bit off there. It's easy to remove, although it lasts well once it's set. So I have to just be really gentle, trying to not get thick strokes, but trying to get really thin ones. And again, just cleaning up where needed. Can use a brush to clean up as well, with a bit of shadow on, or eye primer or concealer. I am due to get my eyebrows tattooed. I absolutely love getting them tattooed by Louise. She's amazing. She does my brows so good. They're so not symmetrical. And she makes them as symmetrical as possible. And it makes my life easier when I'm trying to fill in any gaps from that point when they start fading, because it just helps a lot. It helps speed things up when they're tattooed. Not that I'm promoting it, but I do enjoy having it done. So I'm going in with my like Holy Grail brow product, and it's the MAC Prep and Prime one, or Shade and Define, in the dark shade. And I'm just going over some more strokes again. It's adding definition and depth, because natural hairs, you know, they don't look all one colour. They don't on top of your head. You've got thinner and thicker areas, darker and lighter. So that's why I'm going in with this brush, this pen brush thing. It's like a felt tip pen, just another felt tip one. It's a bit more thinner than the one before, and it's definitely darker. And I have naturally dark brows anyway, so this suits my shade, especially with my roots. What the fuck? Don't know what I got on me there. Oh, I think it's some eyelash glue, so I'll just wipe that straight off. That's the product there. Sorry, you can't see the writing. So this is a cork lip liner. It's well loved. It's nearly running out. And this is by MAC. Obviously defining my lips, and then I'll blend it in with my finger before going in with a lipstick. Using my MAC Myth shade. It's a very light nude. I just love this lip combo together because I do like nudes. And I'm just using my finger. It's just really quick for blending, but if I was doing this on a client, I would rather use a brush. So using Iconic Spray, it's the original colour. And just going over my face because I wanted to look a bit dewy and glossy. And then I thought I'd like to still look a bit more tanned. So I went in with more bronzer, and that's the shade Laguna from NARS, from the palette that I used on my eyes. So same shade, going to be on my cheeks as my bronzer and on my eyes. So it's quite a bronzed look today. Really like that bronzer. I like how matte it is. And I like the shade. And that's the final look. Quite a simple look. Not too many products. Really easy techniques. But very wearable for most people.